that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades shall not prevail against it.
I will build my church. So is Jesus saying he will build his? He will build his? What is the church? Let's start from there. There's something that used to happen in Rome, where there are people who are called out ones. So they will go sit in an assembly and decide matters for the common man. So a governor is administering, and there's a council, some sort of a senate, that is helping him administer the policies through his governance. Are we together? Are we together? The Greek word is ecclesia. It means the called out ones. I don't want you to look at the church as a religious body, but as a government. Because Christianity is not a religion. It has a religion, but it's not a religion. It's not one amongst Islam, Hindu, Sikhism. I think also Rastafarianism there. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So these are people who are called out to decide matters for the common man. So first of all, if you're here, you're not a common man. You see, the same way people meet in parliament, and that meeting in parliament forms laws. And those laws affect the land. That's the kind of thinking I'm directing you to. If the meeting of people who call themselves the church has no implication on a society, it's not the church. It's a social club. If our meeting here does not affect Nairobi, this is a social club. If our meeting here does not affect Kenya, this is a social club. Even if you as a pastor, you have 3,000 men in your church, if that place doesn't look like Jesus, that's a social club. Don't be lied to. It is true every Christian should go to church. True. But not everybody who comes to church is a Christian. No, don't be there are things you have been told. Actually, the tone of my teaching will be a bit harsh. So receive me with love. Okay? Irrespective of where you are, just receive me with love. So if there is no effect, it's not the church. Because the word that was coined for the church is a government. The church is not a church service. We go to church. No, the church is not a church service. No, the church is not a church service. There is a governmental function, and that's my focus today. We are the called out ones who decide matters for common men. Age is not a factor. No, it's not a factor. It is not my might. So as long as a man has the Spirit of the Lord and you believe, actually, please don't confuse me, okay? You don't necessarily need to pray to get faith. Faith is a response to what God said. There is nowhere in the Bible we are being told to pray for the sick. It says heal the sick. There is no humility in praying for the sick. If somebody says, be healed, you are releasing healing from yourself to them. This thing we have coined. So the church, the called out ones who determine matters for common men.